I feel anxious that there's somebody home and I don't want to record and be heard and be judged while I'm recording. And I am also worried that I don't even have anything interesting to say, and that even if I go, that was another breath. Even if I go somewhere else to record, what I say isn't going to be interesting at all. And then I have this feeling of like, well, maybe I'm just not ready to do the YouTube thing and I should just wait until I have something more interesting to say. But that just doesn't feel right at all. And it feels like if I don't have anything interesting to say now, then I don't will never have something interesting to say. And that's not true either. But that's how it feels. And it feels like I should just stop and I should just go try to make money, because right now I'm not making money in this moment. What That's a lie, I think, because I think that what I'm doing is eventually leading to the making of money, but it feels silly and worthless right now because I'm not having dollars put into my hand in this moment. And I think that there's a shift there that needs to happen in terms of using my time for money, or like trading my time for money, instead of like going to a job where literally every minute I'm like on the clock, where right now I'm not like on the clock because I'm not getting paid in that way. But that's the shift that needs to happen, because if I always choose to be on the clock instead of doing something like this where it's a little bit different, then I'll never make that shift into making money in a different way. Okay. Nice. I think that went well. I think that went all right. You know who I love? Elise Myers, because I think she is incredibly relatable. And then when I'm here making content, I feel like my problems are not the same. And her demeanor about what she goes through is lighthearted, and I feel aggravated. Aggravated feels like a harsh word. I just feel frustrated because there's so many things going on. Okay, maybe I saw a video yesterday that talked about how they gave a exercise for when you have intrusive thoughts happening and how to manage them. And they said to take one big breath and try to get them all out in one breath, because they want your attention, and then once you give them your attention, then you can move on. So I guess I want to try it. I'm worried that I'm not even going to be able to get them all out though in the one breath. So there's that one. And I guess I can just take as many breaths as I need to get out the different feelings that I have. I feel anxious that there's somebody home and I don't want to record and be heard and be judged while I'm recording. Even if I go, that was another breath. Even if I go somewhere else to record, what I say isn't going to be. What I'm really here to talk about is my hypothesis that I'm operating from right now. I would really love to get to the point of not having to heavily edit what I do. And I feel at this point like I can't do that because I burp so often. And it's fine. I don't know if the talking generates the burps. Anyway, one day maybe you'll get to see all my burps. For now, though. So, my hypothesis is that the three-dimensional realm are tools. They are tools, and Bashar says they are permission slips for experience and life. Like, literally, what? Why? Why? It's so frustrating. I just want to be cutesy. That's all I want. And it just doesn't feel very cutesy. Anyway, and now I feel loud all of a sudden. Okay, it's fine. Okay, the three-dimensional realm is all tools and permission slips for experience. And what it is does not matter. What you do with it, how you interact with it, how you engage with it, your relationship to it is what matters. So I think I did this in my last video, that it's still in a work in progress, but I said I was trying to state my hypothesis, but I never actually stated the full hypothesis, remembering my scientific method uh, school days. I don't know. I don't quite remember exactly what a good hypothesis sounds like, or the anatomy of a good hypothesis, but let's try again. My hypothesis is that by paying more attention to the relationship that I have to the three-dimensional reality that I find myself in, the more conscious I am of that relationship, and the more not consistent, but aware, not just aware, but cognizant and intentional. The more intentional I am with that relationship and building a relationship that is calm and confident and curiously creative, the better things will get. The faster things will seem to unfold because I am a projector. And it's so funny how I want to be able to use these terms because it makes sense to me, but I know that so much of my audience doesn't like I don't my audience of 91 people. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, you should do that now. If you haven't liked the video, you should do that too. Oh yeah, I want to talk about it, but it feels like my audience doesn't know much about it, so it doesn't really mean anything for me to say I'm a 5-1 projector with a splenic authority. Okay. But what that means is I have a completely open sacral center, which means my energy doesn't work the same. I have, it's so tough because I know that there are people out there that see this as like, well, you know, by saying these things, like because I have an open sacral, my energy doesn't like work the same way, or I don't have a lot of energy, but that's just something that you're thinking and that's a reality that you're creating because of whatever. And the truth is that I have always felt like I just don't have enough energy to keep up. I just can't do it. I don't know why. And so for so long I've felt like, what is wrong with me? There's obviously something wrong with me, and maybe I need to work out more. Maybe I need to eat better. Maybe I need to drink more water. Maybe I need to take supplements. Maybe I need to do all these things so that I can like amp up my energy so that I can have enough energy to keep up. No, because now that I see my chart and I understand it, I understand now that keeping up like that and having that kind of energy is not in my design. It is not what I'm here to do or meant for or whatever. So it's actually about using my energy in the way that makes sense for me and a way that works for me. So I have so much that I feel like I want to do, that I want to create. I have so much that I feel like I want to create and I want to expand upon and bring into my experience, bring into the world for different reasons. There's so much. And so often it feels like I just don't have the energy for all of that. And I hate that. I hate that feeling of feeling like these dreams that I have can't be realized because of my design. It actually goes against what I believe. I believe that when we have desires and dreams and things that we want to do, they're there for a reason. And if we have them, that means that we are in a consciousness, right? The consciousness is everything. The consciousness is the 3D world and what we're experiencing and what we're getting and what we receive in life and all of those things. If we have desires, the consciousness that we're within has the wherewithal to deliver them, and to we have the ability to move through them. So, to sum it up, I suppose my hypothesis is that as long as I'm engaging with these things will happen. And that's all I need to do. And I don't have to obsess over how much I'm doing in a day, or I can just be present in what I'm doing and enjoy myself and have fun and stay calm and confident that this is the right way because I'm enjoying myself and I'm having fun and I like my life. So we're good. And then approaching everything with a curious creativity and just curiosity, wanting to understand, wanting to move through, experience. And then, of course, the creativity of finding different ways to connect things or being creative in terms of my approach or whatever it may be, however my creativity unfolds and expresses itself, which it's going to do. My creativity is I have the channel of inspiration. My creativity is channeled, and it's my Mars and my Pluto. So my conscious Mars and my unconscious Pluto. Anyway, I got this tarot deck and I want to practice reading more tarot because I love it. Oh, this little puppy dog has laid in my lap, which makes it even harder to do this tarot. Okay, anyway, I want to pull a card. I want to pull a card and the question that I'm asking here is well, first I need to ask, is this question for me or is it for you? Right? Okay, maybe I'll do me first. I guess I just want a mirror for this moment. It feels like a good moment. Earlier I was concerned that it felt silly and not worthwhile to be doing this because I'm, whatever. I just want a reflection of what's happening right now. These cards are so massive. It's hard to shuffle them. I also see people, when they messy shuffle and one flies out. I don't know. Am I a tarot girly now? I've been a tarot girly for some time. I love tarot. I think it's great. But uh how to shuffle, and you know what? It's so funny because it's like, does it even matter? Does it even matter? Because things are, the three-dimensional realm is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, and my relationship to it is what matters. Anyway, all right, let's just cut the deck and go with this one. Oh, Page of Swords reversed. Okay. So I'm still learning the cards. I did tarot for a long time with a book that explained the different cards, but now I'm trying to read more into just what I understand and what comes up for me. So I know swords is air, intellect, ideas. The page is kind of like the go-getters, enthusiastic about trying, but also a little bit maybe impulsive or maybe inexperienced for sure. And reversed is giving that uncertainty and that fear, and the maybe it's because I really started talking about how I was worried that this isn't worthwhile. And I mean, isn't that kind of giving this reversed page of swords that my ideas aren't going to be good? Boo, I don't know. Okay, that makes sense. I think it's really just reflecting my fear. It's just reflecting the fear that I tapped into right before I pulled the cards. So let's reflect instead a positive attribute of what's happening here. The Emperor. Okay, I feel like that's a little bit better. I don't know so much about this though. The Emperor is giving practical matters. And see, when mixed with the reversed page of swords, it I don't know. Tell me that this isn't saying, like, are you sure? Is this really practical? Is this all that it is giving is that this is like a pursuit that is not, oh my gosh. Okay. I think I just need to look it up. I think I think I just need to look it up because I want something else to tell me. I want somebody who knows tarot to tell me what this means. Isn't that so funny? Wow, I'm trying to like be a tarot girly on YouTube and can't even super really say exactly what this is giving, although to me it is giving that I need to think more about what I'm doing and to be a little bit more pragmatic. And but I don't know. I think I'm thinking of King of Pentacles. I don't know if the Emperor is exactly that or if it's giving King of my domain and that I'm on my way to that. That I have fear that my intellect isn't enough or that my ideas aren't great and that I'm just kind of being a little bit foolhardy in what I'm trying to do here. But then the Emperor, it is giving a position of strength and power and ruling, and he's also in the mountains, which is giving a good sign for me that I have what I need, and I just am I'm in the right place, and I just need to continue on and understand that I am the ruler of my domain. Okay, there's looks like there's one more flipped here. Page of Wands. Another page. Enthusiastic. A newbie, but inspired. Inspired and full of ideas and inspiration and creativity, and still a little bit inexperienced, a little bit, I don't know, gone with the wind, but it is igniting the flame nonetheless. Ah, okay. All right. I want to look these up. So, I guess I'll go grab my iPad my since my phone is occupado. So, I look up the card meanings on Biddy Tarot. I like it. The Page of Swords. I think maybe the page isn't always insecure or a little bit inexperienced, but just a new starting on a new journey, right? Doesn't always have to be a bad thing though. Anyway, the Page of Swords reversed can appear in a tarot reading when you are holding back from expressing your truth, especially in a public forum. Ah. You prefer to express your thoughts and opinions privately or anonymously. Perhaps you like to keep a private journal, or you're writing a book just for yourself and nobody else. Or you have a point of view about a public issue but have not defined your message. If you need a little nudge to go public with your ideas and opinions, the reversed Page of Swords might be it. Let go of fear and shout your message from the rooftops. Okay, well, this is a very positive card, I think. At times, the reverse Page of Swords can mean that you are all talk and no action. Be careful about making promises and know you cannot keep, or say you cannot. Oh my gosh. Be careful about making promises you know you cannot keep, or saying things you'll regret later. Before making a specific promise or commitment, make sure that you can and will deliver on it to preserve your integrity and reputation. I do feel that. Kind of to this point of my energy and how things happening quickly. I don't know. I have a lot of different things that I'm working on, and I do fear this. I fear creating offerings that I won't be able to keep up with. And maybe that's the key, is that okay, because I have an offering because, like I said, I love astrology and I love human design, and I want to bring that to people who don't know about it, because it could help you in understanding your life and understanding your design and how you're kind of meant to live. This weird wording of like, this is how you should be doing things, but just understanding your own self. These things can help. These things can offer a tool or like a permission slip. Like, for example, my open sacral is a permission slip for me to ebb and flow with my energy and to feel it and understand what I'm feeling, so that I don't burn out, so that I don't burn myself out and get so tired, so that I'm not waiting until I'm dead tired to rest, and having rest be a part of my day and then kind of working it into my schedule, because otherwise I'm not well. So, and it's not, none of these things are permission slips to be not good. Kind of to this point of my commitments and my reputation and my integrity, I do want to keep my word. I that is so important to me, to be able to keep my word and have my word mean something. Have my word have integrity. And it's only when I understand myself that I'm able to effectively do that. So, and to this point of having the three-dimensional realm be something that is just a reflection of permission slips that I'm trying to give myself, engaging with them engaging with them is like the antidote to that non-action, because I do feel like I've gotten so stuck in non-action or feeling so overwhelmed by everything that I have to do that I end up doing nothing. Instead of engaging with it even a little bit will move the needle. It will move the needle, and that's all I'm trying to do. So, right, let's keep going. This makes me feel much better. It can also suggest you are acting hastily without thinking things through. No, I refuse that because I think that I have spent way too much of my life trying to think things through. Again, to this point, this is not where things happen. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is not where things happen for me. So thinking things through, huh, it is not going to get me very far. It's not going to get me very far. Anyway. So yeah, I refuse this piece of you're not thinking things through. Although it does feel a little bit like that. There does feel like there's a little bit of that, but I'm really practicing moving forward anyway and not letting me feeling like I haven't thought this all the way through, not letting that stop me because otherwise I will just get stopped over and over again. And I don't want to live like that anymore. So next is it was the Emperor and the Page of Wands. All right. With the Page of Wands, you are inclined to give anything and everything a go. You embrace the opportunity to start out on a new journey or project and see where it takes you. You do not necessarily have a solid plan in place, nor do you really know where you are headed, but you're excited about the possibilities. See this page energy of, I don't know, let's go do it though. You have a gift for dreaming up new creative ideas, unfettered by the burdens of everyday life. Nothing will get in the way of your dreams. That's true. And while the appearance of the Page of Wands indicates that you are experiencing creative restlessness, notice that the page is standing still and his staff is firmly planted on the ground. He is not going anywhere just yet. You still need to take your creative spark and ground it down into reality so that it is ready to be implemented in the physical realm. You may need to map out your strategy, or you may need to test your ideas or create a few experiments before committing. Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm doing, actually. The Page of Wands can appear when a spiritual path or journey may be calling you. You have a curious mind and are intrigued to see where this call might lead. While you are very much the novice when it comes to this spiritual endeavor, you are open to the experience and keen to discover new levels of consciousness. You may benefit from working with a wise mentor, someone who has walked your path before and can now lead you forward. So yeah, nice. I think that's true. Nothing more to say about that. I feel like I got that one pretty okay. Okay. Last one is Emperor. As the father figure of the tarot deck, the Emperor suggests that you are adopting this fatherly role, regardless of whether you're male or female, providing for your family and protecting and defending your loved ones. You may be the breadwinner or the rock for those who rely on your stability and security. Similarly, the Emperor represents a powerful leader who demands respect and authority. Status, power, and recognition are essential to you. You are most comfortable in a leadership role where you can command and direct others. As a leader, you rule with a firm but fair hand. You have a clear vision of what you want to create, and you organize those around you to manifest your goal. You listen to the advice of others, but you prefer to have the final say. Conflict doesn't scare you, and you won't hesitate to use your power to protect those you care about. And in return, those people will repay you with the loyalty and respect you deserve. Claim your authority as leader and influencer, and don't let others put you down. The Emperor reflects a system bound by rules and regulations. You create law and order by applying principles or guidelines to a specific situation. Create calm out of chaos by breaking down any problems into its parts and then mapping out the actions you need to take to resolve it. Be systematic, strategic, and highly organized in your approach, and stick to your plan until the end. The Emperor card also signifies world knowledge and expertise. Through the course of your life, you have gained valuable wisdom and life experience, and now you enjoy offering guidance, advice, and direction to someone who might benefit from it. You may be a teacher, coach, boss, or just a good friend who likes to take what you've learned and pass it on so that others can be as wise and powerful as you are. So, yes, I think I was pretty okay with that one too. Yeah. I forget now what the Page of Swords was. It was basically saying if you're worried about it, this is your sign to not be. This is your sign to go public with your opinions or whatever, and speak them from the rooftops. And there is also a strategy piece here of understanding that there's strategy and mapping things out. Gosh, I don't identify as someone that can really plan things out before executing, because maybe I'm just fearful. Maybe I'm just fearful that if I get stuck in that planning stage, which I have, I won't I won't take action. And maybe this action piece is the part of me that is mapping it out and understanding. I feel like I'm mapping out my experience with the three-dimensional realm and mapping how my action and my intention mixed with action, right? Because Paige is a little okay, it is a little bit giving action. Maybe it's more about the wands and the fire and the action, but there is a piece of in the cards it was like, okay, well, you got to kind of plan it out. But the reversed page of swords is like, but get it out there. Oh, but with the emperor, I really feel like there's a piece here of I have done this piece, sort of. I feel like I have come to the point where now I can be an authority. And I do believe that to be true. I actually really know that I offer incredible insight to people. This has been something that people have told me, and I believe it. And I believe it. So I'll finish this off by saying if you want to check out my offering, it is really geared towards astrology right now. I'm working on it being about human design as well, but right now it is about astrology. It's really great for anybody who doesn't know a lot about astrology or wants to get into it or is curious about it. It's very basic, very introductory. You can snag my free ebook that really just talks about the basics of astrology. It is not meant for like, deep study. It's very basic, very introductory. And truly, it's really just an outline of the signs, the planets and placements, some of the verbiage, and like the houses and stuff of that sort. And so, if you're curious, you can grab the free ebook. If you want to dive more into your astrology, links are below. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and if you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Leave a comment. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll pull a card for you too, just to reflect where you're at. Nine of Pentacles? Okay. Nine of Pentacles is one of my favorites. It's giving abundance. It's giving just living in harmony with Gaia and the riches of this world and abundance of spirit and the three-dimensional realm and really being just in I love the Nine of Pentacles. Anyway, that's for you, bestie. What a great card to pull. I hope you're feeling as abundant as you are. And I hope you curate spaces that feel abundant to you. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.